Hello everyone and welcome to highlights of this Vanarama National League South clash between Bath City and Worthing from the soaking wet Twerton Park. These two clubs met just a fortnight ago in the FA Cup, where the Rebels ran out 2-0 winners. City will be hoping to exact revenge today at a venue where they've lost just once this season, matching their best home start to a National League South campaign. Tuesday's fine win over Taunton moved Jerry Gill's men back into second. Worthing dropped to 11th in the week after a 4-1 defeat at Hampton and Richmond, their third successive away game in the league where they've conceded 4. While they've won 4 from 4 cup ties, Adam Hinshelwood's men are without a win in 6 in the league, collecting 2 points in the last 15 available. They'll also be forgiven for having half an eye on next Saturday's FA Cup tie at Alfreton, their first appearance in round 1 since 1999. Bath City have named an unchanged starting 11 for this match. Jordan Dyer replaces Alex Fletcher on the bench. Worthing have made 6 alterations to Tuesday's loss. Those left out include Danny Cashman, who scored twice in the cup tie a fortnight ago. Glenn Ray is in for his first start, having signed last week from Premier League side Luton Town. Commentary is provided by Bath City Radio's Andrew Kerslake and Toby Wellington. But first, Alex Lane-Kieltyka.
The official today, Dan McCarrick, is just about to get us underway here at Twerton Park for this National League South clash between Bath City and Worthing. And we're underway here with Worthing kicking us off. We're going straight down the right-hand side, over the top ball, which 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗚 will get his head onto him, and Clark is able to bring it down with his chest. Get that back to Boos. Unfortunately, is able to clear it away. Before Aguirre got onto the end of that, and it is now with Thomas on the right-hand side. It finds its way through. Uses Hayfield at the byline, sent a low cross in. No one there though. And then Russ on a shot from range, and coming off the bar. I think it came off a defender last. It looks like it came off Ray, who headed it initially. And then the keeper did dive very high to his right, but it came off a crossbar. That's a very solid shot from Luke Russ to win a corner.
Great move by City. I mean, and it all came from Will Boos's clearance. He picked out Thomas on that right-hand side, got the ball to him, and then that shot when it came in from range just flicking off the bar.
It was actually Colburn as well that actually got the header onto that ball. Thomas linking up with Clark on the left-hand side, runs towards the byline, cuts back inside onto his weaker right foot. Cross is sent in, cleared away that time. And another cross comes in, cross shot even from Russ. And it goes just wide that time. Wilson wasn't able to get his head onto that one. And it goes out for a goal kick for Worthing. Already City looking strong with these opening 3 minutes. Class on the right-hand side, touching the halfway line. Ball over top from Colburn, which may find its way all the way through. And now Will's just coming on the rebound, but is offside.
Wheeler about to whip this one in right-footed. It will be an in-swinger. It's actually played to the edge of the box, and Aguiar's come onto it, side foots it, and it's deflected away by Luke Russ up into the air. Comes off of Tom Smith, and Luke Russ is able to clear it away towards Jordan Thomas, who flicks on.
They certainly didn't play it where City expected, pulling it back for the midfielder to run onto.
No, and you only get one of those a game, because now City will be aware of that for any that come forward going from now. But Clark's got it on the right-hand side of the Worthing area. Tries to clip one in right-footed, deflects back to him, left-footed cross in towards Wilson, who's pulled down to the ground. Or referee says no, and Class is able to bring it out slightly. Wills now clears it away right-footed across the pitch towards Wheeler, but that looked like it could have been a decision to be made by the referee, but he waved it away immediately. Sorondo picks it up in the central midfield area, plays it into Aguiar. It's got a bit of space, hits one, it's a lovely strike, and it's just wide of Boos's far post. It's a really good effort by Aguilar, who's looked quite lively in that attacking third. Colburn with the switch of play. Aguiar's the target again. It's just gone over Rains's head. Will's coming onto it, hits it right-footed, spilled by Boos, but well recovered at the second opportunity as Robinson came charging in. City has stolen the ball back on the halfway line. Jordan Thomas away from his man. Thomas cuts inside too. Thomas on his left foot, approaching 25 yards out, has a shot spilled. Wilson denied by the keeper at the second chance. Not sure how Reese has managed to deny Wilson on the second save there. 6 yards out. It's a great opportunity for the league's top scorer, but the goalkeeper's done excellently to recover there.
Well, we've just seen Boos grab the ball at the second attempt, but this time Reese, that shot from Clark, he spilled out of his hands, went up in the air, and straight away the City forward onto it, but not able to put it in the back of the net.
Pattern as City look to restart their move forward, but City looking to try and get a bit of possession, looking to try and grow into the game here. That's a foul there on Russ. It wasn't a fantastic tackle, and the referee's gone straight to the book. Andrew, that was the first badly timed challenge we've seen all game, really.
Yeah, and I was just thinking that a little minute ago. There's been virtually no stoppage in this first half at all.
Slightly slows it down, and a few groans in the crowd around us as City were looking to go forward and go backwards as Clark whips one in right-footed. Colburn chests it down. A lot of oohs and ahs, but it looked like a chest down to me. Just at the head of the midfield third, Thomas takes a bump from one of the defenders, but carries on as Rains plays out to the right-hand side. Here's Clark, 1v1 against 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚. Cuts inside onto his left foot. Curls one left-footed towards Wilson, and the keeper's able to watch out for a goal kick, but City again starting to find space and starting to create chances. Class wins the ball, but Thomas has won it back on the edge of the box for City. Thomas now on the left-hand side, on his left foot, able to cross, but blocked by Class, and it's going to be a corner for City as we go into whatever added time we're about to get. Wilson and Smith, in the 6-yard box. Everyone else attacking it from the edge. Ball is whipped in towards Rains. It's cleared away now by Colburn, and Greenslade is able to get it on his left foot. Does shoot from midfield. Oh, and it's an unbelievable effort that ends up being tipped wide by the goalkeeper. The crowd shouted shoot. Greenslade decided to appease them, and an unbelievable strike from about 40 yards out. The keeper had to tip wide.
He was only just inside the Worthing half when he hit that. He's getting a taste for it, Mr. Greenslade. Do you fancy?
Oh, Thomas left-footed with the resulting corner in towards Smith. It's cleared away by 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗚. It's Aguiar, actually. It's back out to Thomas. Thomas left-footed cross again in towards Rains, again headed away by Colburn, whose head is a magnet at the moment. Robinson sets it off to 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚, who's able to play it up the field towards Class, but they're going to win it back, City, with Parcell, and it's going to go for a Worthing throw. But City will be devastated that half-time is only 90 seconds away, because they've really taken control of this one. Sorondo has it in midfield for Worthing. I think Worthing will be happy just to keep this and try and get to half-time, but Wilson pressing Colburn again, and he almost wins it back as Colburn launches one forward. Aguiar's in behind, got in behind Rains, on his right foot, scores! Worthing lead, Aguiar, and it's come from absolutely nowhere, because in the last 20 minutes it's been all City. Wilson pressed Colburn on Worthing's right-hand side. He almost won it. Colburn almost just cleared it. Well, not a clearance, it was an accurate clearance, let's say, into an area. Rains lost flight of it. Aguiar chested it down, and on his right foot beats Buse. And, well, against the run of play, it's City 0, Worthing 1.
Well, we said earlier it would only take just one mistake, and that was it. I mean, interestingly, it was Wilson really pressing there on Colburn, and his inch-perfect pass over the top allowed Aguilar to get in.
He has looked the most dangerous, I have to say, of the front line for Worthing, Aguiar. He's been willing to run behind all half, but there is the half-time whistle. City 0, Worthing 1. Aguiar's goal in the 47th minute. And against the run of play, as we said, because City were really growing into that, Andrew, when Worthing scored their goal.
Every Worthing player was back inside the 18-yard box. I mean, it's and their outball was just a punt downfield that Buse returned. So you get the feeling that there's a very defensive mentality suddenly amongst the Worthing team.
A lovely crossfield ball that found Ewan Clark base, still holding on possession, lays it off for Greenslade, puts a low cross into Wilson, he tries to flick it on with his left foot, just bounced behind him. It was cleared away, and there should be a free kick against Tom Smith. Referee says no, though, and Jerry Gill is furious about decision as Sorondo brings it away. Now left-hand side of 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚, takes it past Rains, Rains staying on him, and goes away back to Wills. Well, it certainly looked like a free kick from my angle, as Worthing are trying to find a way to double their advantages. Rains puts a foot in, and then Hayfield should just go back to the centre-back. As a ball over top towards Wilson, but it was finding all its way through to the goalkeeper, Rees.
They play that ball a lot, don't they? But I suppose they'd argue, well, it got them the goal, but most times it's unsuccessful.
Good turn from Thomas on the halfway line. Charging down now for that midfield. Goes out to the left-hand side for Clark. Has Greenslade with him, instead cuts inside. He's charging into the box now, and it is going to be a free kick. And actually, that looked like one of the more softer challenges of the game, to be honest. Not quite sure why the referee's given that one, but a very dangerous position for either Clark or Thomas to whack this at the goalkeeper's net. The referee not happy with Parcell's involvement in the Worthing war at the moment.
And Jerry Gill trying desperately to get a message across to his players.
The be a perfect time for City to score. If they can get an equaliser before the 60th minute, that would be huge. And Ewan Clark, if there was one man who could score from here, it's certainly him. Here comes a free kick now, but it's well over the bar. He didn't get enough dip on it. And unfortunately, it just goes straight through for a goal kick to Russ. Smith tries to bring it inside, but it just deflects off of Class that time. And Wills now, under lots of pressure, stays very composed, but then he gives away the ball too cheaply. As Thomas now might just unleash a shot, he does so, but the ball is bobbling all over the place. It goes way high. Rains lays it off for Smith quickly. I actually think Thomas Smith has been one of his stronger games in recent times as well. As Thomas takes a touch, looks like he wants to take a shot. He will take a shot the second time for asking though. It does deflect off Ray, and Wills, lovely first touch inside his own box, very composed to get it away. Smith goes over to the left-hand side with Parcell, inside the Worthing half. Back with Smith in the centre circle. Pushes it forward towards John Thomas, who's about 20 yards out now. Could unleash a shot with the left foot. He will do. It's a good idea. It's good effort. Trying to curl it into the top corner, but it goes high and just wide as well. But John Thomas once again showing off that wonder of the left foot. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite find the back of the net this time.
Yeah, it wasn't that high or that wide. It was very close. Another probably foot underneath the crossbar, and that would have put Worthing in trouble.
Come over halfway line now, Russ. Looking up for an option, goes out to the left-hand side for Parcell. We're talking about Rocker Reese, hasn't had too much to do, but it goes over to Ewan Clark instead. He'll go towards the byline, he's able to keep it in. And somehow he does keep it in. And now he's gone off to Wilson, but now the flag has gone up and it is going to be a goal kick. It was a lovely turn from Ewan Clark initially to keep it in, or as we thought may have kept it in. But unfortunately, the referee says goal kick, and Wilson would have had an opportunity for an eye for goal there.
Yeah, virtually impossible to judge from here how close or how far that was over the line, but Clark valiantly worked towards that.
It's Felix, brings over halfway line, goes out to right-hand side. Now with Smith, who's looking up for an option, brings it back onto his right foot, goes towards the byline, sends a good-looking cross in, and that will be 2-0 to Worthing. It looked like it may have came off Parcell or Batten last as they looked to deflect it away for a corner, but somehow ends up in the back of their own net. And from that angle, it looks like an own goal. So it is now here at Twerton Park. Bath City 0, Worthing 2. And we're going to swap over to Toby Wellington as Andrew talks through that goal.
Yes, that ball in the back of the net. Unfortunate, virtually Worthing's first attack of this half. Cross coming in, City trying to defend it in the near post, but getting absolutely unable to clear that ball. And I think it came off the City defender. Last of all, Worthing run across to congratulate their players, but it could be Rains. It looked closest to the ball as Worthing prepared to bring on Joseph Fry.
Batten now with a switch of play towards Thomas. It's over the head of Wheeler, and Thomas takes an excellent first touch on his left foot. Into the box now, at the angle. Thomas chops onto his right, but unfortunately allows Rye to get a clearance on it. Hayfield who's coming off. So Hayfield off, so he has been playing right wing back this afternoon, so it's a right wing back off, striker on. So I think that we're going to see City go to a back four, and Cody Cook is going to go and join Scott Wilson up front and in the box. Let's keep our fingers crossed Cody Cook can make a difference in these last 12.5 minutes, or sorry, 13.5 minutes. Ball whipped in left-footed towards the back post, and it's just a bit too high. Sorondo has a little bit of room to spin out, looks for a pass.
I guess the other thing is, of course, he's
giving it away in the box. Oh, sorry, Andrew.
No.
Almost became an opportunity for City. 3 men pressing the ball on the edge of the box, but it goes out for a goal kick. They're driving towards the byline. Crossing left-footed, headed away excellently by Kieran Parcell, as Rains will hook it down the line right-footed towards Cook. Cook, great first touch. Coming down the right-hand side, you've got Wilson and Clark with him as he approaches the edge of the box. Ball out to Clark. Clark hits it first time right-footed straight into the hands of Reese, and Worthing's goalkeeper holds onto it and takes a few seconds to get to his feet. It is. Realistically, City needs to start committing bodies forward and creating chances as soon as possible to give themselves any chance. They are starting to play higher and higher up the pitch. Rains is joining the attack now, as well as Clark has it on the left-hand side. About 20 yards out from goal on the left channel. Good back heel into Greenslade. Greenslade now approaching the edge of the box. Drives one in, and it's just over the bar. Oh, what a chance. It's just over the crossbar. It must have taken a touch off of the keeper's hand as it's gone out for a corner.
I think Dan Greenslade's been watching his Ronaldo videos again.
Greenslade trying to inspire Alex again with a wonderful left-footed strike, but it's just over the bar via the hand of Reese. clears it away right-footed. It's going to come to Thomas, who is onside. Great chest control by Thomas in the penalty area now. Forced wide. Is able to keep it in, though. Has got Rains with him. Plays it all the way back to Clark. Got Kerslake coming in at the back post. Clark winds one up. It's a long cross in towards Cook. It's punched away by Rees. And now they're able to bring it away, Worthing, as Felix has it on the right-hand side and City's opportunity is gone. But it's Colbrand who's there, and then Felix with the secondary clearance. Parcells underneath it, and it comes to Smith. And that, unfortunately for City, is the final whistle, and it has finished here. City 0, Worthing 2 in the Vanarama National League South. City losing at home here to the team that knocked them out of the FA Cup and failing to score in the league for the first time this season. Andrew, a disappointing performance for City, but there were moments.
Yeah, I'm not that sure that the performance was disappointing. The scoreline is disappointing. And the 2 goals they conceded, I'm sure Jerry Gill will be the first to say, were fairly soft goals, really. The first one, a ball played over the top, forward running onto it, got the better of Joe Rains and just slotted home. And the second one, a bit of a muddle with the defence at the near post, and the ball coming in for what we think was an own goal, and again, possibly off Rains. But it was a City performance where you would say they were probably firing on 3 out of 4 cylinders, but never really quite got into top gear. And they were playing a side that certainly knew how to defend. They knew they're a fluid approach to the game, so they can suddenly have 6 defenders or they can suddenly have 4 forwards. They move around the pitch very well. They find their men very well. And once that second goal went in, you could just see that there was no way through that defence that City could find. Well, that's all from us this afternoon. Sorry that we couldn't bring you a result from a drenched Twerton Park. 1,337 here this afternoon, seeing Bar City go down at home 2-0 against Worthing. Thank you very much for being with us, and do join us again for our next match.